Tonight, as the Eastern Conference faces off against each other, with the Raptors taking on the Magic and the Nets battling it out with the Celtics, Brooklyn and Orlando will be playing for their chance to make it into the dance, whereas Boston and Toronto aim to secure their higher seeding. My name's Quick Pick Nick, and by using data, computers, and an infallible mathematical model, I will give you your picks for Wednesday night's Fanduel after-hours slate of games in 5 minutes or less. Given the low price ranges of all the top players offered in this slate, you'll be able to take most of the top players that you want, making only a couple of sacrifices other than having a team full of top 1 and 2 players at their respective positions. For that reason, the player that I'm looking at to have a big game tonight, and who is also going to be that player to save us the most cash for this lineup, is Garrett Temple. Christian by nature, Temple will take the Celtics to church, as he is the new rising star shooting guard on the Nets roster. With starter LeVert out for tonight's game and fellow shooting guard Jamal Crawford a game-time decision, Temple's essentially the Nets' only option for shooting guard, which isn't even necessarily a bad thing for Brooklyn. Temple has been showing up to games in the bubble recently, with his second game reaching 20 points and his most recent surpassing 35. Other than Temple, most of the players on this lineup are top options at the position, meaning they will likely all be reliable and consistent choices. Starting with point guard, the top 2 options of that category are the 2 options my model selected for this lineup. Pitbull Kyle Lowry has been having an incredible start to his bubble performance, scoring no less than 35 fantasy points in either game. He has the play time to ensure that he'll get those points too at 35 minutes in each game. Kemba Walker is your next point guard, and although he cannot be expected to have a game as big as Lowry, he can be counted upon to end the night with at least 20 fantasy points, scoring just around that benchmark for every game in the bubble so far. For your second shooting guard, my model recommends top choice Fred VanVleet, who's coming off a heater of a game against the Heat, scoring 36 in-game points and playing for 6 minutes shy of the entire game. VanVleet has played over 3/4 worth of basketball in each of the bubble games so far that the Raptors have played, and his inflated minutes will ensure that he gets the points needed to justify his relatively higher price tag. For the 2 shooting guards on your team, we'll be skipping over second option Jaylen Brown, and instead taking Gordon Hayward alongside Pascal Siakam. Hayward is the better option compared to Brown because at $500 cheaper, Hayward can be expected to produce similar numbers to those of Brown. Plus, this price differential in particular is the most crucial in ensuring that the rest of the lineup is able to consist of top players without giving up many fantasy points per game, if any. Siakam is also in this lineup because he will likely be the top performing small forward on Wednesday night overall. Siakam consistently nets around somewhere in the range of 40 fantasy points per game, and will probably have no different of a game tonight. The 2 power forwards you should be looking at are the Skills Challenge champion Jason Tatum and the should-have-been 2-time dunk contest champion Aaron Gordon. These 2 players are the highest priced at their position, but for good reasons. Tatum has grown into a crucial position on the Celtics, garnering playtime exceeding 30 minutes since the bubble has started. As for Gordon, the man whose dunk contest title was stolen twice, he's the Magic's leading power forward, and not even by a little. The following option at power forward on the Magic's roster is Khem Birch, who hasn't seen more than 18 minutes of playtime since the bubble began. Finally, to finish the lineup, my model also selected the most expensive center, Nikola Vucevic. Having signed a 4-year deal with the Magic at the beginning of the season, this new acquisition is already paying off as he scored over 20 points in all 3 of his contests in the bubble. He's the best center available in this slate and ought to be in your lineup tonight. And that's my final lineup for tonight's FanDuel after-hours slate of games. This lineup was definitely an interesting one to compose, as the rules are almost reversed, with the goal being to select which small-time players will make the lineup instead of which blockbusters will. Anyways, with all that being said, I'll be pumping out more videos as the season continues, so be sure to subscribe and stick around for more videos to come in a few days. This has been Quick Pick Nick, the intersection for sports, data analysis, and speed. Thanks for watching.